Hello everyone, Manthral here, and welcome to yet another quest guide. Today we are actually going to be doing, just checking over here, make sure everything's okay. We are going to be doing Mournings in part 1 to finish up the much needed to do Elven series so we can get into the Elven City. So to start this quest, first off, we're going to talk to Elunid. She will tell you that Arwen requests a meeting with you in Liet, and she says she will take you there now if you would like. So in order to do this quest, you have to have met these following requirements. You have to have done roving elves, sheep herder, big choppy bird hunting, and have 60 range and 50 thieving. The required items is 2 silk, a bucket of water, a feather, a piece of leather, so soft leather, not hard leather, 2 or more toad crunchies, which I will actually show you where to get those, a magic log, and the book of bangs, which is something you'll get through, and 10 to 20 coal, and it says, or a barrel of naphtha. So there's some different things. However, if you have your ore box, you can actually fill it up with coal, and then you will have ore as you need it. So we will accept this quest, and we will travel to Arwen. I'm going to call him Arwen. So now we have a crystal teleport seed. I can actually use this to get back to him. She can re-enchant it. Kind of something that's kind of a little bit of a pain in the butt up until we actually get to the point of where we can get them kind of a little bit more easily made in the Elven City. So we're talking to Arwen here. He's talking about the mourners, and they're here in Tarnan. He goes, why? And he explains a bit why. Mourners are actually elves, but he thought, you know, like we all thought they were Westardian guards, but no, they're actually elves. And this has actually been a plot by King Lathis. So we'll ask him what he needs us to do. We need to be able to penetrate the mourners' hideout in our dome without alerting them to your presence. And we need to find out why they are there and what they are up to. So we have to be able to do this. He has no idea how we're supposed to do this, but this is what we're supposed to do. So he said about checking out, because there's mourners that actually cross through the mountain pass, which is something you see relatively pretty easily. It says here we need to be able to infiltrate. So we need to be able to get into the section and get into it. So what we need to do is we actually need to go get a mourner's outfit so we can kind of trick them. Now the nice thing is this will actually, once this is done, it will actually make us be able to have another tree farming patch, which those are always fantastic. As you can see, it's kind of a little run down right now, but once we tidy it up a bit, it'll be much better. Alright, so next we need to get back out of here because we need to be able to go to the overpass so we can actually get it. This is one thing I hate about the roving elves and actually like about it at the same time. They have moved, so she was right over there. She's no longer there, which means she is in one of the other, I believe, 2 locations. Now there is 8 teleports on it, so I mean there is actually some leeway for making mistakes, but we need to go to the kind of like northeast of where the lodestone is to be able to get further into this quest. So we need to be able to head east at some point here, right here. Well, at least I failed leaving. There's the Elven City up there, you can see that. That's pretty cool. I like being able to actually see stuff in the distance in RuneScape. I think that's pretty cool. So as you can see, she's not anywhere easily, readily available, so that means she's more towards the western section of the town, or the forest. So we need to get up in here, is where we're heading to. Did I literally just make one big loop back? I did. I really did. Wow. Guys. What? So you can actually skip all this over here just by heading north. Alright, I did not realize this dense forestry actually led right there. Alright. It is very easy to get lost in this forest, I will say that. Okay, so I remember how to get up there now. There's a little bit of dense forest right over here. There's that cool little cave, the underground pass. Which it's kind of funny because, like, who would have thought in the beginning that all these quests would actually have led up to the, well, biggest city really in the game. One of the biggest cities and one of the most popular cities. Now you could leave and come here, but I figure I'll show you guys how to get here if you are going by land. Now I would strongly suggest, if you do not have anti-poison gear on like myself, to be carrying an anti-poison with you. So there's actually a limestone cavern right there. And there's actually somebody who will buy the limestone, so that's something to actually keep in mind for you money makers out there. Alright, so there is a few agility shortcuts here. I don't know if I have the appropriate level to actually do them. So there was the first one. That's actually cuts out a good chunk. Now this one, I'm not sure if it's actually too much of a shortcut, to be perfectly honest with you guys. But, alas, I shall do it. So we gotta go kill one of these elves so we can get the Mourner's outfit. Alright, so we got all the Mourner stuff I'm gonna need. Just hit spacebar, collect it all. Let's get my arrows back. Alright. So we'll read the Mourner's letter. This is about the Death Guard headquarters in Perfindus. I know a lot of people are probably kind of shocked, but we got all the things we need to get. So now we need to get the other part, and we need to be able to go to... we need to repair all this stuff. So, we need to go to different locations, but since I am close to where the Toad Crunchies are, we will go ahead and get those Toad Crunchies now, because this is something we will need later on. The reason why I wanted to show you guys, in case you're not familiar with the Gnome area, you will need to be able to actually get this going. So all you really have to do is just go in here, open the gate, and go into the Gnome Stronghold tree. I personally like showing you guys. Now you guys will notice during a lot of quest guides I actually look over here. It's because I will admit I am using a guide to help remind me of different things within a quest. Because obviously, you know, to be fair, I'm not going to remember every little thing going on. But it is important to have all information for you guys, so I always like to have as much possible for you. So here we are at the Gnome Stronghold. We got the tree. Hey, look, my orange tree grew in. Okay, so we want to go up the ladder. Okay, over here. Wait, no. Over here, I believe, actually. Somewhere one of these little guys actually sells the food. Here's the barman. Okay, that's not it. That's actually another thing I want to do sometime for you guys, is I actually want to make different foods from RuneScape and actually present them to you guys. I think that'd be a fun little project. Ah, the gnome waiter, here we go. So we are going to need, I believe I said Toad Crunchies. Yeah, Toad Crunchies. This is why it's nice to have a guide on one hand. Okay, so we need Toad Crunchies. So pre-made. We need to get a couple of these. Oh no, you guys want to save my authenticator code for 2 seconds. Alright. So we got the 2 Toad Crunchies now. We got everything we need. We just need to repair these outfits and get everything going. So first up, we're going to go to Taverley, because we are going to fix the top. Okay. Which, the top is just kind of bloody is all that's really wrong with it. The boots and gloves, they're fine. It's just, you gotta fix certain parts. And this is more of a cleaning, if you will.
Suppose it is.
So he's suggesting using soap. He has his own secret recipe. So we're just going to kind of... how do we do this? Where's his laundry basket? Aha, there it is. Like, where's his laundry basket? Bar of soap. Steal the soap. So, use the soap with that. And now we have a clean one. And this is also why we needed the bucket of water. So if you want to drop the bucket, if you want to keep it. Personally, I would like to put the soap back. So maybe we can just give him the soap? No?
Yeah. What is it, team? Dispose of it.
Alright, I guess we just keep the soap. So... Alright, we got all this. So let's deposit the bucket and we'll deposit the soap because we don't need that stuff anymore. And we're right here, right by a bank. So that's less stuff in our inventory. Okay, so we have our silk. This is for the bottom section. We need to get that. Okay, so we can get the stuff fixed, and we can buy dye from there when we actually kind of need it later on, but we'll actually buy it there. Okay, so we can actually activate and go back. So we need to go to the clothes shop here. Ooh, excuse me, guys. You meant clothes. Okay. There's the trousers. Can you fix these? So... She took all those hides and all the bear fur and the silk. So while she's doing that, we're going to train together because you need to be able to get a blue dye, a yellow dye, a green dye, and a red dye. And this is something we need later on for the quest. As you can see, she has some other supplies that actually could come in handy later on. Talk to her again. Meh. How are you doing with my trousers? It will be done soon. How are you doing with my trousers? Patience is not... Okay. Well, while she's doing that, we'll go around here because it does take, I guess, a couple minutes for it to actually be done. And I'll show you in the meantime what this shop actually has to offer. So you can get some jugs, hammers, spades, tinder boxes, you know, those kind of things around here. There is a bank, there is an archery shop. So let's check out this archery shop, what they actually carry. They carry all the way up to rune arrows, which, you know, isn't that bad, but it's not that great. You know, your traditional range shop. So nothing too spectacular. You can pickpocket some people here, but here's your fruit tree patch. So it's something to actually kind of keep in mind. You got your bank in here. So the one half, you got that. Over here you got the bank. The symbols we will actually need for later on for something else. Hintity hint hint. And hopefully we will be actually doing that guide today. So, a little bit of a spoiler for you guys. Alright, let's talk to Orin. Okay, she has the trousers ready. Okay, so we have everything we need to be able to wear. So now we need to be able to infiltrate the base. So now we actually have to head over to West Ardone. Now for this part, you do actually have to have these on. So let's go ahead and wear everything. We will go into Ardone. We have to head over to West Ardone because we got to break in. Gotta break in and see what's going on, which is kind of pretty cool. Also, the coolest part is it's getting us closer and closer to our goal of getting into the Elven City, which is actually the main part of this. Why this is not called a gate instead of a wall, I have no freaking clue, guys. Okay, so the hold is actually up here. Alright, so we actually have to remove all extra gear. Now, we're in here, and while we are in here, let's open this. Okay, well, yeah. We will also need this rotten apple, because eventually we gotta make everybody sick. Alright. So, we are now inside. And, sorry, it's been a very long time since I did this quest, so I'm kind of getting a little bit of refreshers as I go along. We got to get down into the trapdoor. So, let's go down the trapdoor here. Alright. Let's open this door. Let's talk to the head mourner. Hello, I'm... Yes. Yes, I'm a new recruit. So now they took away that paper, so we don't have to worry about that. You can either let him explain it or not. Okay. So they keep making people think that the sheep are actually infected, which actually are not. Okay, so we need to re-dye the sheep. So they need to be dyed red, yellow, green, blue. The most important that you're not seen doing this by anyone. So I need to re-dye them the colors they actually already are. So we need... They have a broken device and they have a gnome, but they need to be able to have it fixed. So we gotta talk to the gnome. Will you help me fix this? So we talk about potential different torture methods to get the information from the gnome to get him to fix it. Okay. Toad crunchies and being tickled. So, in exchange for toad crunchies. Alright, talk to him again. Okay, make sure you right click and use the toad crunchies. And then we will use them again. Wait. I messed up, didn't I, guys? Alright. So, he kind of tricked us, but hopefully this will still work. We'll use the feather on his feet. Alright, so... yeah. Now let me release him. So go away, dude. Okay. Alright, so... I actually have to go reacquire the toad crunchies the way it looks. Because apparently I can't seem to release him without actually having the crunchies with me. Which gives me another way to show you guys how to get here. You can go to Eagle's Peak and cross the stile. Which is also a good way to get to the crystal tree that is right here. Which unfortunately is actually not active right now. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because I can't cut them, I don't think, right now. Okay, so we are going to keep heading over. Open tree door. Climb up. Go to the chef area. Go to the waiter. Trade waiter. Because it doesn't matter which waiter, but... hey, I selected one. Okay, toad crunchies, toad crunchies. Go back to Ardone. This is why I love lodestones. It makes things so much easier. Now, the one part might be a little tricky. Is when it comes to dyeing the toads and getting that all set up. Because you gotta make sure nobody sees you when you're doing it. And that could be potentially a pain, because you gotta do it from the shadows, if you will. Although there's not a whole lot of sneaking method in this game, so it actually shouldn't be too bad. It's just, it's been so long since I've done it. Okay. Alright, so we got the Toad Crunchies, we got the Feather. We got everything I need. Open the trap door. Go back in the gate here. Alright, so he just agreed to help out. I have it all here. Alright, so we got everything we needed. Okay, who cares? We just need to fix the device, dude. There. So he's going to make us wait a little bit. But that is okay, because up next we're going to need to actually be able to do this. If you have a Ring of Dueling, it is actually encouraged to use. Because now we have the device. But also, to get to the Toad area, you can also just teleport to Ooglug, which isn't actually too far from the Swamp Toads, to be perfectly honest with you guys. You just have to go a little bit north, and then you're right there within that region anyway. I like kind of showing you guys these little shortcuts that are kind of overlooked because of, well, new teleportation methods versus the old. See, we are already there. Alright, so we need to use this with the Swamp Toads. So, let's use this. Aha. First, I need to empty out my bellows, if I remember correct. Release all. Okay. Okay. Now, let's get us some toadies. Okay, so we got a blue toad. Now we need to get a yellow toad. Use that on there. Get a green toad. And use the red. And now we will get the red toad. Alright, so we got all we need. Hopefully. It is one of those things where it would be a good idea to maybe get a couple extras, but if you do not, hopefully it'll actually all turn out properly. Okay. So now we need... See, these guys have a red tinge, so we need to use the red toad with this. Wield it. Okay, let's remove and let's use it with these guys. Let's see what happens then. No, definitely gotta wield. Okay, fire device. Alright, so we got the red ones gone. Okay, so up next is going to be the green ones. They are the ones that are actually closest to us right now. Well, the green. So we're going to fire again. Okay, why it turned it like that when I'm facing the other way is beyond me. And see, this is why you can easily miss. Okay. Fire. This is why it's actually not a bad idea to actually get multiple colors of each one. Okay, this is going to be the yellow. Alright, we'll fire the device. Alright, we got all them. Now we just got the blue and green to go because we have to re-get the green. Up here is the blue. And we will wield. It's kind of a little awkward to use this thing, as you guys could probably tell. It does not like going where you tell it to. Okay. No. Oh, come on, it's sitting still. Shoot. Okay, so we're going to use this, teleport back. We're going to get a couple blue dyes and a couple green dyes. This way we can go ahead and get some extra toads, because obviously this is not my thing. So now we have to go back to Ooglug so we can head north and get this taken care of. Thankfully, this is actually kind of a nice little shortcut, because if you do it this way, you don't have to worry about it too much. Nice thing is you can kind of just use the bellows with it. You just gotta get the frogs, essentially. As long as the ogres are not a big issue for you, you'll do just fine. Okay, now we got another blue one. Let's get another blue one. And get one more green one. There we go. Now we need to go back to Ardougne yet again because we sucked. We sucked. Okay, now. This time the goal is to not miss. Wield. Alright, here's the green meanies. Fire. Well, we're not firing at this location because that is... most of the sheep were right behind it. Fire. No. Oh my god. This quest is going to drive me crazy, guys. As soon as I clicked, it moved. Oh my god. Use this with this. Use Wield. Fire. Please. I'm not waiting. Well, I'm not firing until you stay still. I don't trust it, guys. I don't trust it, because as soon as I go to click fire... Okay. Okay, I was wrong. They stayed still the entire time. So now I just need to get the blue ones, because I got the other two already. I'm so annoyed with this quest already. Well, we gotta get it done, right, guys? We gotta get it done if we want to get into the open city. This isn't even the hardest part yet. Fire. Yes. Okay, so that is all of them, right? Okay, report back to the head mourner. So drop the blue toad. Oh, we no longer need to do that ever again, unless Jackets decides to pick on us and make us do it all over again. So let's head back south, and we will go to the head mourner, like the quest description has said. That is what's kind of nice about this quest description thing, is a lot of quests, it'll tell you exactly what you need to do. Sometimes it'll be a little bit vague, but that's what I'm here for, to help you guys figure out the vagueness. Alright, so we need to talk to the head mourner. Client will open the trapdoor. Talk to the head mourner. Yes, sir. Okay, so he wants us to reintroduce the plague. So, he wants us to make people sick. So now we need to poison people. So we already got our rotten apple, which is kind of nasty. So we should talk to Elena, because she kind of helped us out before. Got a feeling she's not going to like us with what we're going to be approaching her about, but it is what it is. I believe she is right up here. So now we can take off the gas mask. This way, these people can at least recognize us. Okay, she's home again. So let's talk to her. I need your help. I need to poison people. Okay. What do I need it for? I need poison. A large food store. She says she won't help. But we need to be able to do this. So we just revealed that King Lathis is behind this, and we need to be able to actually be able to do this in order to actually stop him and actually stop him for good for this. Yes, we are past the mountains and everything, so now she's starting to understand there's a civil war going on with the elves. And talking about Tyrus. Okay, he's really talking up a storm. What all we need to do is get through this dialogue so we can actually get the poison. But at least they gave the story and didn't just like say, oh, okay, here we go. Okay, so talk to her again. I'm back. I have the apple. Yes, I have it right here. There you go. So again, this is a part of a thing where we have to fight. We'll wait. Just a few more tests. Let's go outside. Let's go inside. Let's check. Let's go outside. Let's go inside. Let's check. Oh my god. Stop with a few more tests. Like, I understand that it's a concept, you know, introducing stuff to like that, but to what degree do you actually have to do that? Okay. Well, while we're doing that, let's go, because we're going to need to get a barrel. So let's go to, yeah. So we actually need to get a large chunk of poison, so let's go up here and get a barrel and get everything we need to do here. Although this is not the right section, so the next section over. This is the training grounds. We need to get into the orchard. Okay. Okay, use barrel. Use the barrel here on the rotten apples. Use the rotten apple barrel here. So now we got that. We'll just take another barrel because I do believe we need to have a barrel later on also. So let's head back now. Hopefully she'll be done. And hopefully this will actually be ready. I don't know about you guys, but these little delays kind of suck. But at least we had something to do in the meantime. So here we are, open door. Talk to her again. Okay. Two distribution points. Okay. So blah blah blah. There is so much talking. Okay, so now we need to go up there again. So she told me how to make a pure toxin. Adding solvent, mashed apples should dissolve the toxin I need. And it says, oh, now you need to remove the useless mush. And she gave me a sieve to help with this. Finally, heating the mix of the solvent will leave me with the toxin I need. So we already have. We already have the apple mush. So now we will need to actually get the coal tar. So, we need to get the coal tar from the swamp in Tyrannon. I call it Tyrannon. Probably wrong. Alright. That's all sulfur. Oh, come on, where was it? From the swamp. Yeah, this is the swamp right here. Was there a certain spot? Alright. Well, all I see here is sulfur, so let's just go further over. Go further over, there's actually a lot of yew trees here. For those who are actually wondering, there's also another mushroom patch, which is something I want to unlock quite badly. Keep walking, buddy. Really? Alright, we can't walk through that. Okay, swamp south. I tried using the barrel on the swamp. Guys, I feel like I'm being made a fool of, and I probably am. Because I do have a barrel here. Ah, here we go. There's one little section right here. Use this with this. So now we have the barrel of coal tar, which means we need to go to Port Saramishh because we need to be able to go to Remington. So let's re-equip some of these items. This way it gives us some more room. We'll eat those crunchies because we don't need them. And let's wear this as well as this. And we'll put this back in our pocket. That frees up a lot of room. What? So we can only empty these into a bank or metal bank. That is so Alright, so bad news. We gotta go back to... Well, wait, no. Not too bad news. Let's just use our Captain Handler's book. If you don't have access to this bank, you will have to go to Ardone in order to get the coal ready. But you should have approximately 20 inventory spaces in order to do this section. Seeing as how we don't need this anymore, we don't need this, and we don't need this, and we definitely don't need this now. We will actually deposit our combat gear, and then that will give us plenty of room for coal. For what we need for this quest. So let's go back to Port Sarum. It's actually a little bit easier to get here than it would be for any other teleport. So we shall head over. If I got back before you guys were able to, if you're just waiting for me, you know, sorry about that. And if you are a little bit behind, just go ahead and pause. Okay, so we have this, we have the gold tar, and we need to do this section again. Okay, so we need to fill it before we use it. Okay, so add coal. Hey, pressure valve. Add coal. Add coal. Pressure. Add coal. Add coal. Tar regulator. Add coal. Add coal. Add coal. So there we go, you guys can see how I'm doing this. Just every now and then, when it starts to drop, just add another chunk of coal. And it actually does pretty good if you just wait till about there. And there we go. We have the total distilled. So now we have the barrel of naphtha. Okay. Okay, I'm actually kind of surprised that I got it kind of first try out and I didn't use up all the coal. Alright. So now we need to actually, mix it? Use the barrel of naphtha with apple mush, combining the apple with the naphtha. Use the save. So now we have the toxic naphtha, which and it says, okay, so now that we have it, we need to use it on a fire. Well, not on a fire, not on a fire. Use it on a range. If you use it on a fire, it can actually explode. So there is a fire right there, which is a little deceiving. Alright, can we teleport with this, guys? It does not say we cannot teleport with this. So we are going to teleport our dome, and hopefully it doesn't kill us in the process. Okay, so we'll put our mourner's mask back on. We'll take everything back off. Because we need to go into West Sardone. This is probably the most annoying part of the quest. So we will head on over. Because now we do have the toxic naphtha. We just need to cook it. And I'm pretty sure there is a range in one of these houses. We'll just stop at one of these houses, use it on a range, and then head on over. Okay. Pick, lock the door. Really? Okay, let's just go up here to this one then. There's no range in here. You gotta be kidding me. This is the one that does have the range in it. I just need your range. Jeez. Use the toxic. Alright, I cooked it. Okay, so now I have the toxic powder. That was very embarrassing that I could not pick lock that door. You would think with everything that it should have been extremely easy. But now that I have this, let's go poison everything by open the door here. So first up, the first bag or section is within the church. And we will use... What? Ah, here we go. We'll use the toxic powder with the green sacks. Climb back down. And then the next batch is in the general store in the far, far corner. This place could use a little bit of tidying up though, couldn't it, guys? And right there is the green sacks right there. So use the toxic powder with the green sacks. And now all we have to do is probably just report back to the head mourner. Yes, we do. And it will be a job well done, guys. Because we are slowly making our way into doing the final quest to get into place and to be able to get in the Elven City. Let's open this door. And there was a range right there. I passed the range how many times, guys, and I still didn't do that way. Alright. Let's come over here, talk to this head mourner. The poisoning done and dusted. Alright. So now I finally found out about the temple that is underground, which is temple to the Dark Lord for them. But for completing this, I got 2 quest points, 25,000 thieving constitution lamps, well, XP lamps, sorry, 25,000 lamps. Access to the Death Guard headquarters and village of Layette, crystal teleport seed, and full Warner gear. So the quest start of Mourning's End Part 2 is going to be right here. So that'll actually do it for this video though, guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, later guys.